Now at 6, Texas takes a major step at the border. The sweeping new law as immigration takes front stage on a national level.
And are you looking to book a home on Airbnb for the New Year's weekend? Why you may have to reconsider your plans. Plus, the first pill to treat postpartum depression now available in the U.S. We're going to hear from one woman who is getting the help she needs.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Good morning to you. Time now is 6 a.m. here on this Tuesday morning. Yeah, you're taking a live look right now. Of course, it's still pretty dark, but this is in Del Mar as we wait for that sun to come up, give us that daylight. This morning we had some light rain in parts of North County. More is on the way, though, so this is just the baby beginnings. Good morning to you. I'm Nada Iranpour.
I'm Eric Connor. Let's check in now with meteorologist Evan Ronnie, tracking the latest conditions. And the timing on this one is interesting because it's a time where a lot of people are going to be out doing those last-minute Christmas shopping.
Yeah. And where a lot of people are making their travel plans, you know, leaving San Diego, getting into San Diego County Thursday and Friday. Those are going to be our two best days for us to see the widespread, heavier accumulations of rain. Today is going to be one of those days where we have a few sprinkles at times, but things are generally very light. Temperatures for this afternoon are cooler, so we're back down to the upper 60s as opposed to the 70s and the 80s that we've seen for the last week or two, really, where we've had times where those temperatures have jumped toward 80 degrees. Instead, a high of 68 degrees for this afternoon along the coast and inland. Cloud cover is very dense out there, and you can see how there are showers pretty much across the state of California, but much lighter accumulations over the last couple hours across San Diego County. So you can see how there have been some spots with a few sprinkles, but in general, you'll be waking up to gray skies and cooler temperatures by the afternoon. Coming up, we'll talk about that next best opportunity for widespread showers, for thunderstorms, how much rain we could be looking at. It's in just a few minutes. Back to you for now.
Evan, thank you so much. And to keep up with the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, be sure to download the free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the App Store. It's helpful, especially ahead of the storm. And
we do have an alert for you. The San Diego County Department of Environmental Health and Quality has issued a water contact warning for Strand State shoreline. Bacteria levels exceeding state health standards, and ocean waters may contain sewage and cause illness. Beachgoers are advised to stay out of the water right now. The San Diego River Outlet, Dog Beach, La Jolla Cove, and Children's Pool remain under an advisory, and the ocean shoreline from the international border through the northern end of Imperial Beach shoreline remains closed.
And now we are following this breaking news out of the San Ysidro area. Big heads up to all of you. A SIG alert is now in effect. At least one person was killed in this crash. It happened just after 3 this morning in the northbound lanes of the 5, right near Dairy Mart Road. The SIG alert expected to last for 2 more hours. Yeah, this is some new video just into our newsroom showing that white van, some damage to that front left side of the windshield there. We can tell you that traffic is backed up in this area. Not clear what led up to this crash, but we're working for you to gather more information on this. Again, traffic backed up, so avoid that area for the time being. Right now, the White House and Congress are trying to come to terms on border security issues, but another immigration-related battle is making headlines here this morning. Yeah, the governor of Texas created a new law aimed at punishing those who come into the state illegally. CBS 8's Regina Yorita joining us live near the border to explain the details of this new law in Texas and a lot of local reaction to this, Regina.
Yeah, that's right. And even though this is a Texas state law signed by Governor Greg Abbott, this is still an immigration issue that affects our entire southern border. So it's no surprise that we're seeing local reaction. California Senator Alex Padilla took to social media to share his thoughts. Take a look at what he posted on X. So he says a new law will lead to racial profiling due to process violations and unlawful arrests. He adds that this xenophobic fear-mongering is dangerous and SB 4 is illegal. So SB 4 in Texas allows local police to arrest migrants who cross the border illegally, giving local judges authority to order deportations. The aggressive measure comes at the same time that here in San Diego, we're seeing a surge in migrants at our southern border. Last week, it prompted Customs and Border Protection to move several of its officers to help Border Patrol. Supervisor Jim Desmond says 57,000 migrants have been dropped off in San Diego in the last 3 months. Supporters are praising Abbott's move, saying it provides Texas with another way to protect its southern border. Here's what the governor of Texas had to say about it.
As the National Guard see, as the Texas Department of Public Safety see, they know that they're not profiling. They are seeing with their own eyes people who are violating the law.
And other critics have concerned that local law enforcement don't have enough training to enforce immigration law. Now, that new law is supposed to take effect in March, but with the ACLU planning to challenge it in the courts, that March deadline could be delayed. For now, that's all I have near the border. I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, Regina, thank you so much for that. And now Texas's new law comes as federal courts deal with a massive backlog in immigration cases. Tracking data now shows the immigration court backlog has reached more than 3 million cases. 3 million. In 2012, it was 325,000 backlogged cases. Across the country, there are just 71 immigration courts and 734 immigration judges that handle the caseload. The states with the largest numbers of pending cases are Florida, Texas, here in California, and New York. The Biden administration has added more than 300 immigration judges to try to help.
This morning, we are learning new information about the man suspected of abducting a 13-year-old girl. According to public records, 44-year-old Lorenzo Carlos Guerrero has several ties to San Diego. He's lived in National City and El Cajon, as well as Los Angeles. Please take a look at your screen here. In the past, he has been convicted on drug charges and escaping federal prison. He's also been charged with burglary and parole violations. The FBI now investigating and offering a $10,000 reward for information that helps them locate the teenager right here, Rain Gonzalez, whom you're seeing on your screen. So if you see either of them, you're asked to call 911. If you're looking to book a home or Airbnb for the New Year's weekend, listen up to this.
Yeah, the platform now using artificial intelligence to crack down on potential guests who break the rules and throw a party, disrupting local neighborhoods. CBS 8's Chris Grow live in Mission Beach now to explain how AI would be used to block some guests. Chris?
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot more about how apps like Airbnb are trying to prevent homes from being rented out for the sake of parties, these party homes, so to speak, trying to get them off the platform and also make sure that those users are off the platform as well, too. And they believe that AI will be a tool to help them. The question is everybody going to sign up for this?
I don't know how well that's going to work, but if you sign those terms and conditions, I think you're basically saying you're okay with Airbnb doing whatever they want to do.
You're spending that kind of money. For you to have rules and regulations, it seems kind of unfair, especially for them to start profiling people to decide who can come and who can't.
Who is going to get rejected from renting, and if it is going to be just for parties, or if they can use parties as an excuse to discriminate against certain guests.
So the big question, how will AI determine who may throw a party? Well, according to Airbnb, the program is going to look at hundreds of signals and clues by guests. Some of those potential clues include the duration of the trip a guest is trying to book, how far the listing is from their location, the type of listing they are booking, and whether the reservation is being made at the last minute. Airbnb said it will also require guests who are allowed a booking to sign off on the platform's strict no party policy. So that way, if they do throw a party and the AI didn't catch them, if they break that rule, they face suspension or removal from the site. Now, in a statement, Airbnb said that, quote, when it comes to how we use technology like AI, we're focused on taking a thoughtful approach that aims to benefit hosts, guests, and neighborhoods. We're optimistic these measures will help have a positive impact for the communities that we serve. Now, to give you perspective here, last year, Airbnb blocked more than 63,000 people in the U.S. during New Year's Eve for throwing parties or for planning to throw parties. Of course, that number now could jump after this New Year's Eve. Eric and Netta.
Chris Grow reporting live. Chris, thank you for that. Later this morning, hundreds of Alaska Airlines flight attendants are set to demonstrate at San Diego International Airport. The demonstration is set to take place in a couple of hours here at 11 a.m. It's part of a nationwide day of action to demand a fair contract with significant pay increases. This is not expected to disrupt travel operations.
Today, steps may be taken for California to start turning recycled wastewater into drinking water. California regulators are preparing to vote on new rules today. The state has been using recycled wastewater for decades to make snow for ski resorts and to water crops. The new rules would let agencies sanitize the water and then put it directly back into the drinking water supply. If this gets passed, we would be the second state to do this. Colorado approved similar rules last year. And speaking of water, yeah, some drops will be falling from the sky here.
Yeah.
I saw a few this morning.
Yeah, there
a
was
little trickle. Yeah.
But this is just kind of the calm before we get things going here, right, Evan?
Yeah, this is going to be kind of the scattered shower phase before we start to see more widespread showers come about for Thursday and Friday. Take a look at what satellite radar is showing us as we speak out the door. It's very, very light for us. Instead, what we're mostly seeing is that dense layer of clouds. So very gray skies. Opportunity is at about 20 to 30% for rain throughout the day, or at least for those light scattered showers. And then again, that widespread heavier rain is going to come for Thursday and for Friday. Better indicated by this 5-day forecast, as you can see. Temperatures are not going to fluctuate all that much between now and Thursday, staying in the upper 60s or so, which is right around average. 67 is average. So we'll be in that range for today through Thursday. We'll drop to a decent below average margin by about 7-8 degrees or so getting into Friday. That's also the day that the center of low pressure is right overhead. Going to be our best opportunity for accumulations for Thursday into Friday. By the time we get into Saturday, this is the 23rd of December, we're going to start to see that wet weather taper off, and that means we will be looking at dry skies for your Christmas Eve and for your Christmas Day itself. When we look at your rain chances, those peak Thursday and Friday. So today and tomorrow, 15%, 24% chance for rain, really starts to climb Thursday and Friday to 73 and 80% before dropping down to the single digits by Christmas itself. Right now, there is a lot of disagreement into how much rain this system will bring us in San Diego. However, the agreement is that it will likely bring all of us at least a quarter of an inch to half an inch of rain. Some models push some spots up to an inch and more in total. Here's a live look outside right now. Cloud cover is not too low down to the ground. You can make out pretty much all of downtown. You got the Coronado Bridge here on the right-hand side. Sunrise is at 6:46, so we still have another about half hour or so, and then that sunset, sadly, coming at 4:46. Remember, that winter solstice is on Thursday, and then after that, we'll start to see our day length extend. That means longer and longer days that we'll be moving toward. Let's check in on traffic at 6:12 on the clock now. So far, we are still checking in on this SIG alert. That's really the biggest talker that we have of the morning because you're looking at a mainly clear map with the exception of right around the international border. 3 lanes blocked with a crash on the 5 northbound at San Ysidro Boulevard. SIG alert was issued just a bit ago. That's going to be in play for at least another couple hours because this was a fatal that we're talking about. So at least one person is dead. We also want to mention the only lane that's open there is the slow lane. So you can pass in just one lane, but the remaining 3 other lanes of the 5 northbound are blocked. Better idea to reroute to the 805 northbound as you start off the morning. Let's check in on border wait times, and it is a 90-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, an hour and a half in total. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to run you about 60 minutes, and if you head to our website, cbs8.com/traffic, you can get up-to-date views of those times as well as of the crashes and collisions that we see across San Diego County. Back to you.
Busy day along the border. Thank you very much, Evan. And still ahead here, new action from the U.S. as chaos from Israel-Hamas war spreads throughout the region. Why some companies are taking a step back from business in that area.
And a volcano in Iceland erupts, turning the sky orange. Why officials there are on high alert. Plus, we're following the latest developments out of China, where more than 100 people are dead following an earthquake overnight. We'll take a look at the damage left behind.